Tonight on the South Today, thousands of students descend on North Dunedin for the popular and colourful Hyde Street Party. A rural retreat leaves some breast cancer patients hooked on a new hobby. And one of Dunedin's longest-serving conservationists is rewarded for his committed care of the Otago coastline. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Dunedin's student quarter was filled with colourful costumes and loud music over the weekend. The annual Hyde Street Party saw thousands flock to the infamous street, with organisers crediting continued improvements in safety for a better environment.
From cops and robbers through to Mario and Luigi, students dressed in a range of costumes for the annual Hyde Street Party on Saturday. Residents and friends had an early start with champagne breakfasts, with almost 4,000 filling the area over the day, dressed to impress for the iconic street party. A number of flats organised live music or DJs to keep the crowds entertained, with partygoers able to move between flat parties and themes as they enjoyed the day.
People we've seen arriving so far are just excited to be here. The atmosphere is good, everyone's looking forward to it, it's going to be fun.
This was the 10th anniversary of the Otago University Students Association taking over the party. Its future was under threat after a roof collapsed under the weight of revellers in 2012. OUSA started running the event with the goal of making it a safer space for students, bringing in a variety of volunteer agencies and emergency services, and also some free food.
We've got St John, we've got Red Frogs, there's Know Your Stuff, we have our Are You OK volunteer team, so there's plenty of support in place for students for whatever might come up for them throughout their day to make sure that they can enjoy themselves in a safe way.
Police were happy with how the day went, saying they had many positive engagements with the students and didn't have to make any arrests. Just 2 people were taken to Dunedin Hospital throughout the day, one with moderate injuries after falling off a roof, and the other being treated for severe intoxication. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A number of Dunedin groups and organisations are pleading their cases for an injection of funds from the Dunedin City Council as the city works through its annual budget plan.
The DCC received more than 380 submissions, with around 60 organisations attending the annual plan hearings in person this week, putting their case for funding requests. The Tahura Otago Museum was among the submitters on Monday. Management are asking for a 7% increase in council funding, around $250,000, to combat inflation. The request comes off the back of a proposed 2% increase, which the museum says would lead to cuts in collection care as an area that doesn't generate income.
You don't sort of cut us off at the knees, which effectively we will be looking at staffing losses if we end up down this route where we don't have something approaching that 7%.
The Dunedin Theatre Network also spoke on their submissions, requesting $100,000 for concept designs to upgrade 3 theatres in the city.
We've taken things as far as we can on our own because the project as a whole would rely on the cornerstone investment from council.
The group believe the venues are on borrowed time, and as the facilities continue to deteriorate, Dunedin is missing out on key performance art spaces. Annual plan hearings continue on Tuesday, where the final funding request will be heard. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A group of breast cancer patients have been on a retreat in Makarora to find a renewed energy for life by trying their hand at fly fishing. Casting for Recovery brings together women in all stages of treatment and recovery to create healing connections with people in similar situations.
A weekend in New Zealand's great outdoors has these women hooked as these newly found anglers come together with a common bond. Casting for Recovery held a 3-day retreat recently in Makarora for 7 breast cancer patients who are all in different stages of treatment and recovery. Their break included relaxing activities like massages and yoga, but was mainly focused on an introduction to fly fishing. The group were able to bond together over their shared experiences, leaving the lodge with lifelong friends.
I thought it was going to be quite overwhelming, but it was just like walking into a family gathering or like a Christmas Day kind of thing, and there was that excitement and just meeting everyone.
After spending a day practicing their techniques at the lodge, it was time to wade into the river where many of the women caught the fishing bug.
Yeah, it's quite addictive. You know, just one more cast. I was saying that yesterday, we were going to go in and I'm like, oh, just one more cast, and they all just laughed because they said, oh, that's what it's like.
The new anglers had experienced guides help them put their skills to the test, but Hayley Pugh was the only one to catch a fish on the blustery day, netting a small one that still made her day.
To get a fish on and get it in the net was pretty cool. Certainly wasn't a monster, but it was still a fish, so I was pretty rapt.
She was rewarded for her efforts by being gifted her own fly fishing rod, which she says has encouraged her to continue with her new hobby after leaving the retreat. In Makarora, the South Today.
The owners of Dunedin's Cableways Bar have played closing time for the last time as they prepare to hand over the business to new owners. Murray Gallant and Dave Lamont have owned and operated the Cableways Bar and Bistro in Kaikorai Valley for 24 years, building up a very loyal client base. But while it's the end of an era for the business, they don't expect much to change with their absence as they look forward to retirement and putting their feet up.
Generally relax. Yeah,
I pretty much do nothing.
no different.
I could say things like gardening, but no one would believe that.
The new owners took over the pub on Sunday, with Gallant and Lamont planning to make regular visits to the Dunedin Tavern. One of Coastal Conservation's biggest stars has been honoured with a special award. Dock Ranger Jim Fife was named the Wild Dunedin Hero of 2023 for his contribution to coastal ecology and the protection of marine wildlife species.
Shaking hands with a local hero as Wild Dunedin patrons celebrate the career of coastal biodiversity Otago Ranger Jim Fife beside St Clair Beach. The Wild Dunedin Trust hands out the award every year to acknowledge the significant work of individuals and to celebrate the rich and diverse wildlife of the city. For Fife, working with sea lions and coastal communities was more than just fun, it was a privilege.
I love my work, I love the coastal communities I'm working with, and so it is really a great privilege and an honour to be recognised by them and sort of know that they appreciate my service in that respect.
Fife has worked with the region's sea lion population for more than 20 years, and while Dunedin patron Neville Pete says no one else deserved the award more than him.
He had 24 years in the job, which I think might be something of a record, and he's a very worthy recipient of this Wild Hero Award.
Fife insists he's perfectly content staying where he is and wants to continue working to support the region's coastal communities. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakene, still to come on the South Today. Southern first responders switch tack to compete against each other in a bid to raise much needed funds to keep them in the skies. And dancers from all pockets of Dunedin gather in the CBD to celebrate Dance Day in the best way they know how.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world.
And the best way to see it is to walk.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with zero deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Emergency services in Southland have gone head-to-head for the first time in an effort to support their local rescue helicopter service. Invercargill's fire and police crews took part in a fast-paced bike race over the weekend, raising thousands of dollars without even leaving the station.
With legs burning and sweat dripping like a fire hose, emergency service workers were pushing hard on Friday for a good cause. It was police versus fire in Southland's 24-hour bikeathon at the Invercargill fire station. The two emergency service crews came together to compete in a virtual cycling race, raising money for the Westpac rescue helicopters. It's the first time the two groups have come together for the event, and the firefighters say the extra company helped lift the mood.
It's quite boring by yourselves, and so to have the local police here as well just pushes each other to go a little bit harder, a little bit quicker, and just to push that extra kilometre.
Both teams each had half a dozen participants, with each cyclist tackling a number of 2 to 4 hour shifts throughout the day to ensure the wheels didn't stop spinning. The riders averaged 170 kilometres distance each, despite not leaving the station, and Johnston estimates the group biked a total of over 2,000 kilometres between them by the end. The competitive spirit helped push the riders harder, with each team determined to be the ones who went the distance.
Fire. Just like the corporate cycling. The real race is up the jollies on the day, and there's going to be no contest. The police will have that easy.
In the end, the two squads agreed to call it a draw. The fire team cycling 1,200 kilometres, around 1.5 times the length of the South Island, while Team Police gained the greatest elevation at well over 3 times the height of Aoraki Mount Cook. The total money raised was around $3,000, with the funds set to support the Lakes District Air Rescue Trust. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Crowds of people filled central Dunedin over the weekend as a range of local dancers busted out some moves. It was a colourful scene in the Octagon on Saturday as dancers from a variety of backgrounds got together to celebrate International Dance Day. The open-air concert featured performances from the Rasa School of Dance as well as Star Jam, a charity for young disabled Kiwis.
We are all about providing music and dance workshops and performance opportunities to young people with disabilities. Just a chance to find community, have a place to shine and show the public how super talented all these young people are.
More than 150 dancers took to the lower Octagon throughout the day, with performances also taking place at St Clair, the Public Art Gallery and Centre City Mall. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Most students behaved at the annual Hyde Street Party on Saturday, with no arrests and few major incidents. Women on breast cancer journeys enjoyed a shared experience, relaxing their wanaka while getting hooked on fly fishing. And Ranger Jim Fife scored the Wild Dunedin Hero Award for his tireless work with sea lions and coastal biodiversity. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor, Barry Stewart. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Hannah.
What can we expect in the Tuesday paper?
Well, we're still digging into the comings and goings of what was going on at the hospital and the decision making around the budget.
Yes.
And we've discovered that 2 ministers were amazed or alarmed at how much it was going to cost for design work to trim 90 million. off the budget, and that was just 10 weeks before it was signed off for the cuts to take effect. So interesting background there.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it was not so much how much it would cost, it was what it would cost in terms of space and clinicians and,
right.
and space.
Oh,
and
we
those
look forward
sorts
to
of
that
things.
deep dive.
So anyway, a look at that. Waitaki Council is Bungle there has seen the owner of two roaming lamb-killing dogs escape prosecution. Now the farmer affected by that is outraged and calls it council incompetence. So they seem to have got off scot-free. No prosecution involved in that. So it's a little disappointing there. And of course, the big event this weekend, as you alerted me to before, was the King's coronation. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow, and we'll be doing that throughout the week.
The countdown's officially on.
And we have a look at explain what it all means and how New Zealanders are going to participate. So
lovely.
Look at that.
We look forward to that. Thank you for sharing this evening,
Thank
Barry.
you.
And time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Heading to the top of the South Island. Fresh northerlies and rain are heading for Nelson, where it'll get up to 18 tomorrow. Expect 17 over in Greymouth with wet and windy conditions. And Christchurch escapes the rain, instead getting a 22-degree day with northeasterly breezes and high cloud. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. High cloud and fresh nor'easterlies through here tomorrow. Ashburton heads for 20, while Timaru and Oamaru get up to 19 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, 20 degrees all around as we come over to Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra. So cloudy skies here tomorrow with fresh northerlies. Heading further south, high cloud and northerly winds across the board tomorrow, up to 19 in Gore and Balclutha, while the Catlins is in for a fresh 18 degrees. And down to the deep south, well, down to 12 degrees tonight in Invercargill, but then both tomorrow and Wednesday bring fine weather with high cloud and fresh breezy northerlies, and 19 degrees the expected high. And finally heading to Dunedin. Low cloud nor'easterlies and down to 12 tonight. And then Tuesday comes with thick high cloud that'll break up as the strong nor'easterlies come through. And the day's high will be 18 degrees. Then slightly warmer and sunnier on Wednesday with a top temperature of 19 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can also now follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite e pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Every day the team at Gillian's supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Passion,
drama, competition,
rivalry,
marketing, numbers,
atmosphere,
power, fight, attack,
intuition,
love, hate, money,
cash,
millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
Oh boy.